Good morning, Ruth Green Hornets. It's Mrs. Ambrose, and today is Friday, November 3rd. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led in a separate video. Today is a half day. If you aren't sure if one of your family members know that we get out at 11:55, please make a phone call from your classroom if you know your phone number, or if you don't know your phone number, come down to see Miss Chris or Miss Connie so we can get a hold of one of your family members. Today is that VIP reward. Did you bring your stuffy today? I'll be walking around looking at everybody's stuffies. So I'm very excited to see what stuffies you brought. Now it's time for shout outs. Have you been doing the right thing? Have you been working hard in class? Well, listen up because you might hear your name. From Mrs. Leslie. Javante Kane, making progress with his kindergarten goals. Darrell McAllister, for always willing to participate in our class discussions. Giovanni Morrison, putting great effort into his work. Faith Williams, for your positive attitude. From Mrs. Slissinger, thank you, Team 101, for being amazing when I was out. Mrs. West was proud of everyone. It was a great report. Cassidy, thank you for all the hard work you do. I love seeing how excited you get when you get the correct answer. Keelan, amazing job this week staying on task and working hard. Amazing job, Team 101 at the choir concert yesterday. It was a joy to see how much you guys enjoyed the songs. From Miss Dorsey, Ezra Jordan and Ashton Hall for being such helpful friends in and out of the classroom, and Kari and Amani Williams for being such responsible bathroom monitors. From Mrs. Tominski, I would like to shout out my entire class for being an amazing audience members during the choir performance. I would also like to shout out Ayana Golden for taking initiative and asking for help when needed on her work. Great job, Room 212. From Miss Gamerick, Bryson Hall for always putting effort into his assignments. Jeremiah Daniels for being brave enough to apologize in a kind manner. Jordan Webb for coming to school every day with a positive attitude and a smile. From Mrs. Pudlow, Kylie, Layla, and Angela for working hard and being respectful of all the rules. From Mrs. Mason, Mrs. Mason's class for doing a nice job walking in the hallway. From Miss Obany would like to give a shout out to Ariana Atkins, Layla Granville, Brooklyn Clark, Lindsay Jacks, for being the first students in our class to donate to Green's Thanksgiving food drive. Way to go! Gobble gobble! From Ms. Sharp, Dean Curtis has been working so hard on his assignments in class. Simone Lucas, thank you for being such a great listener and never interrupting. Brooklyn Foster for getting an amazing compliment from Mrs. Ambrose about her great manners. From Mr. Kosha, Kaylee, Sakaya, Caleb, Jaden, and Bailey M. for their hard work and positive attitude. From Mrs. Taylor, a huge shout out goes to my entire class for having the most amazing sub-report ever. The guest teacher said you all are smart students. That was her exact words. She also said that you are very intelligent and well-behaved students. Thank you so much for being on your best the day after Halloween. Sienna also got a special shout out for answering so many questions correctly. From Mrs. Nemitz, shout outs, Zayden Bohannon, always having a positive attitude and a smile on his face. Malik Lewis for being polite and using his manners. Alex Maurer for staying on task, doing his best, and being responsible. From Mr. Costa, Mrs. Costa, Kendall Coleman, Student of the Week for last week. Paisley Murray, Student of the Week for this week. And the whole class for handling the fire drill and lockdown drill responsibly. From Mr. Kowicki, I would like to shout out to Vea Smith for helping the class with their personification lesson. I have been impressed with your academics this year. I would like to shout out Cassidy Carter, Emma Menino, Brooklyn Lewis, and Taylor Houston for great table behavior. You set the standard in our room. From Mrs. Miglio and Mrs. Vihar, can you please give a shout out to Noah Hussey, Alonzo Salter, Adriana Young, Skyla Simmons for working hard this week. Wow, that's a lot of shout outs. You guys have been working hard. If you didn't hear your name today, make sure you keep doing the right thing and trying your best in class, and maybe next week you will hear your name on the shout outs. Also, just reminding you, make sure that you bring $1 for the turkey bucks so we can put feathers on our turkey, and it's also going to benefit families that might need a little help at Thanksgiving. And I want to give a shout out to the first, second, and third grade students. You did an awesome job at that assembly yesterday. I was so impressed with your behavior, and that was a fun concert. I really enjoyed it. Also, remember that golden rule. We treat others the way we want to be treated and are kind to everyone. And we don't put hands on each other. I keep hearing about kids just playing around and touching or poking. No, we keep our hands and our bodies to ourselves, please. I hope you have a great Friday and a half day, and repeat after me. Ruth Green Hornets are respectful, responsible, and ready. I fly right with Hero. Hey, have a good Friday. Bye.